Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
No matter what nobody say, man, Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dolla Dibiase Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar over. I feel like he was straight up and down, no really no special effects.
Boxingwoods.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for 300 million, and I made 350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
Boxingwoods.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dolla Dibiase Productions.
Boxingwoods.com.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Monday morning edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. We're up early in Adam to talk boxing. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy to find you a decent topic to talk about today. I mean, we really had to struggle. I almost did a show on Tank Davis and Adrian Broner. I mean, the well is running dry. We need these fights to happen. And at the last minute, I found this particular topic and I told myself, this is it. This is it, because AJ lost all those belts. And with Andy Ruiz, the rematch happened swiftly. And this rematch is lingering. There's not even a date or a location. I mean, Joshua just said he wants the rematch, but there's really nothing set in stone. And it has me wondering, if not worried. And then we got to factor in what happens if it doesn't happen. Who takes that place? Who slides into position? We got a little poll going on as to who can possibly face Oleksandr Usyk if AJ decides to take step-aside money, if his new trainer decides to convince him that, you know, going right into the rematch isn't the right thing because they need time to work together, whoever his new trainer may be. All signs point to Ronnie Shields, but we still have to wait and see who Anthony Joshua actually chooses. Now, this information has been made new to us on Sky Sports. Obviously, Sky Sports came out about 2 hours, if not 3 hours now, with this article, letting us know that there's still nothing concrete for Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk. The rematch has no confirmed date or location. And this comes amidst of the Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte talks kind of falling apart, right? Like Fury and Top Rank have put in a petition to, and it was approved, that they will only have to give Dillian Whyte 20%. That 20% can make a fight with Dillian Whyte very difficult to make, as he feels he deserves more, and rightfully so. As the interim champion, he is entitled to 45%. But because he's also suing the WBC, we have to wonder whether or not that could free up Tyson Fury to face Oleksandr Usyk, who doesn't have a confirmed date or location for the alleged rematch with Anthony Joshua. These guys taking so long that they're starting to give some truth to the rumors that maybe Fury Usyk is next. Now, obviously, Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk remain in talks about the rematch, which remains the preferred option for not only the new champion, according to his promoter, but also to Joshua. Joshua triggered the rematch clause to fight Usyk again in an attempt to get his belts back, and he did that months ago now. But since the September fight, no date, no location, no venue, no purse amount, no news. No news really has been given to us as to where the fight would happen, if it's actually going to happen, and, you know, what network. And I quote from Alexander Karasuk, or Karasuk. Let's see what Jeffrey says with this last name. It's a Ukrainian last name.
Krasyuk.
All right, Krasyuk. So he says, many things are happening at the moment. Soon we will unveil everything. And unveiling, those words, choice words, definitely choice words, unveiling, as if there's something big. Could it be bigger than the actual original fight? Is that why we're unveiling it? Because it's bigger than AJ Usyk rematch, something that we've already seen? Could it be he's unveiling the fight for undisputed versus Tyson Fury? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. And when asked if Joshua was the only fight that Usyk was considering, Krasuk described it as basic option. The basic option, you know? Not necessarily the only option, but that's the basic option. Now, I don't know, again, weird words, basic option, you know. Maybe the natural option would have made more sense, right? Because they got a rematch clause, and it's like, yeah, we got to do that. Now, I don't know if it's the basic option. I didn't get that. But they say, and I quote, Usyk will smash him. Never mind beating him on points. He'd knock him out. And obviously, Usyk can be feeling this way. So did Andy Ruiz after he beat AJ the first time. He believed that he also would knock out AJ the second time. That's not exactly what happened. Credit has to be given to AJ for making the necessary adjustments and changes. But according to Oleksandr Usyk's promoter, he said, and I quote, I heard that Joshua could consider stepping aside if the money is right, as he feels respect to the division and is willing to let the undisputed heavyweight championship happen. How different is that tune? You know, how different is that tune? When it was Andy that beat him, there was no stepping aside for Wilder to get that undisputed. And obviously, one loss you feel different. Two losses you might feel totally different. And I get it. When he lost to Andy, maybe he wanted to jump right back on the horse. Now he's losing consistently, and maybe he wants to get a change, work with his new trainer, etc., etc. So these words not really coming as a surprise. It's just a different time in his career. But I quote, AJ is already in camp, physically and mentally, for the Usyk rematch, and it's all he has thought about since the night of the first fight, according to Eddie Hearn, who's saying this on the back of these rumors that AJ may take step-aside money. Hearn making it clear that AJ wants nothing to do with step-aside, and instead he's already in training camp, already preparing to do battle with Oleksandr Usyk. But again, no date, no location, no purses. Very strange when you're considering a 4-belt unification. Very strange when you're considering, one of the faces of boxing. Now, technically, what's it really been? Has it only been 2 months, 60 days? Let's double check the exact date of Anthony Joshua's fight with Oleksandr Usyk and see how long we've been waiting for Joshua, Usyk, and even Matchroom to get it together. 9/25, September 25th was the date of the Usyk AJ fight. October 25th, November 25th, December 25th, and we're on the cusp of January 25th, which makes it 4 months from the date. And still nothing concrete as to date or location. And remember, there were said to be many offers from different locations. So where and when this fight is happening, and if it's happening at all, we just don't know. All signs point to the possibility of Usyk and Fury. Now, that's only if Dillian White doesn't accept the 20%. If he continues to go to court. Now, Bob Arum has mentioned Robert Helenius, and who else did he mention for Fury? I just read it yesterday. He said Robert Helenius. I can't remember. Maybe Rob or one of you great fellas in the chat can remind me. I know he said Helenius and someone else. I just can't remember the second name. But they were in Usyk, and it wasn't appealing, So, I don't know. I'm going to say, if Fury's not going to fight Usyk, and Usyk's not going to fight AJ, bring on the Wilder-Usyk fight. Now, I got a poll going on, and 79% of the voting public believe, yes, Joshua will fight Usyk. 10% believe no, he will tune up with a new trainer. 10% also believe Fury versus Usyk next. AJ's not ready. And 1% Usyk versus Wilder next. Damn, I guess I'm in that low minority. That's right, it was Char. Manuel Char and Robert Helenius are the options for Tyson Fury that Bob Arum put out there. Now, that's strange to me because, it's the last fight on Tyson Fury's deal. And how do you make your money back with Robert Helenius, who's with PBC, and Manuel Char, who's probably still with Don King? So this is all strange news that we just going to have to wait and see of, boxing IQ versus boxing power, short man versus big man. I just don't get why that fight is being received any less than any of the others. Obviously, if AJ is tuning up with his new trainer, he's definitely not going to be fighting Wilder in his first fight back. Something that we've been wanting for years and we haven't been able to get. Usyk and Wilder isn't a fight that we've been clamoring for, but I still believe it's a great fight. A great fight and a true test for Oleksandr Usyk to see, is he truly a heavyweight? And the reason I say that, it's simply because AJ didn't give him the test or the fight that we expected. He went in there with his own game plan, doing his own thing, and it didn't work out. No one recommended him to try to box with Oleksandr Usyk. And I think that we know for sure Wilder isn't going to try and box Oleksandr Usyk. Wilder's going to be looking for his punch, and I'm going to be looking for him to land it and see how Usyk responds. How's he take the power of Wilder? Now, I don't know, is it a lot of me to ask Wilder to jump right back into the ring with the unified champion, or are we giving and doing him a favor? Is this boxing, being Mr. Nice Guy? If Wilder were to get a shot at Usyk, would the public be upset? Or would they receive it as a fantastic fight, which is what I believe it is, And it's an interim fight. If you have interim champion Dillian Whyte stuck in litigations, not being able to get his fight with Tyson Fury over the hump, he's not available. If AJ, and the rumors are correct that he is looking for a tune-up because of the new trainer, he's not available. And then you got Bob Arum giving out Robert Helenius and Manuel Charez options and not looking to go straight into the Usyk fight. And let me remind you that he's not looking to go straight into the Usyk fight because he's looking for Eddie Hearn to put up the money. He's looking for Hearn to go get that Saudi money like he did the first time when Bob tried to get Tyson out of the contract that Wilder had to go to arbitration for. It just doesn't seem like Tyson Fury has Usyk on his agenda. It's not on the plate. And if not, give Wilder that shot. Again, we can't want for Wilder what he doesn't want for himself. We need to obviously find out, does he still want to box? But damn, I love that fight. Don't get me wrong. If we get what we're supposed to get, which is Fury versus Usyk, I'm not mad at all. And I'm actually applauding AJ for thinking about his career instead of going right into the immediate rematch. I know that he doesn't think fondly of people like me who believe he should take a rematch. He calls us weak and worse names. But the truth is, he's a key player in this sport, and he needs to rebuild back versus taking the 2 back-to-back losses. Like, look at Wilder, for instance. No one thought he'd be talking about retirement, but those 2 back-to-back losses, 3 depending what circle you're in, they're causing him to contemplate retirement. So if AJ suffers another loss, factor in the Andy loss, he might be out of here. He might not fight again. So it's interesting to see what happens. This heavyweight division, always so close to undisputed, but always so very far. It sucks. It sucks, man, because Wilder AJ is a fight that I want. Just having to fathom that these men could possibly retire. Wilder possibly retiring right now. AJ possibly retiring if he loses to Usyk again. And then we never get this fight that was so big. It was built up so well. And then we never get this fight. And that's going to be unfortunate. And I did a show. Years ago, I did a show and said, is Wilder AJ the new Lennox Lewis Riddick Bowe? The fight that never happens. The fight that you want 2 guys that are solid fighters, but you never get that fight. A lot of shit talk, a lot of back and forth, but you never get that fight. And that's unfortunate. That is definitely unfortunate if that's the case, man. Hence, while I'm trying to entice the Usyk Wilder fight to take place, which obviously may not happen. If you're Usyk, why are you even fighting Wilder? If not to prove that you're one of the baddest men on the planet, right? So, I don't know. I don't know that Wilder comes back to this war that is the heavyweight division, and I don't know that any of his contemporaries actually want to give him a shot. I just hit the like button. I need you to do the same, as we do not have enough likes on the live video, and you already know, as I say every day, it helps with the visibility of the show. It's going to help this show grow and put this particular episode in front of the eyes of other boxing fans that need to know we're talking boxing every single day, 7 days a week. We got some super chats I got to get to. And let's refresh from yesterday's page and take it right from the top. Looks like we got Rider of the Storm that says, Buenos dias, Ness. Could we get an AJ versus White next? I mean, if White is still trying to sue and AJ does take step-aside money, I could see White being AJ's tune-up because he's familiar with him. You know? Even though we consider White to be dangerous, AJ may look at him as vulnerable. He's known that he hurt him. He's known that he knocked him out. And he's familiar. They fought twice, once in the Amis and then once in the pros. So he might take that fight because he's familiar. The new trainer also might take it for the same reasons, because it'll give, AJ will go into the fight with some sort of confidence. He'd have some sort of confidence knowing that he beat this man already. Unlike going into the Usyk fight where you're in your head, you're thinking about, damn, can I beat him? What should I do? I did this last time and he was able to do that. Oh my God. You're fighting with yourself in your head. But with White, you might go into there nice and confident, knowing that you just have to land. We got CRB1 who says, who pays step aside when Fury Usyk makes no money? Who pays step aside? Well, obviously the same people that were willing to pay Wilder step aside, my friend. Don't act as if there wasn't step aside money for Wilder. Don't act as if he didn't have to go to arbitration. Don't act as if he and his team didn't come out and say that we're not accepting step aside. So I would assume the same people that tried to pay Wilder so that Usyk Fury could happen the last time, or AJ Fury could happen the last time, remember? Whichever one of those two fights was supposed to happen when Wilder took Fury to arbitration. So knock it off, super duper Wilder lover. You need to begin people to vote. It's only 1%. It should at least be more than that, because I like the Wilder Usyk fight. Okay, look at that. We're at 3%. Finally. Sheesh. Talk about writing Wilder off these days. You guys suck. Fred Robinson says, when have we ever seen a heavyweight champ move like this? AJ seems to have lost his heart. And when he's talking about moving, he's not talking about the movement of Usyk. Obviously, he's talking about the moves, the physical moves, and I guess words of AJ. When he's saying whenever he's seen a heavyweight move like this, is the contemplating, the doubting, the rumors of step aside, the rumors of trainer changes and just so many things, But I would say that we've seen this with Riddick Bowe, right? Right. It was Riddick Bowe essentially that felt like there wasn't enough money, felt like he deserved more, and that's why that fight never happened. I mean, there's always someone that believes they deserve more than what they're getting, or that believes that they're the A side and should be in control of the negotiations. We got CRB1 back with another one. He says, losses or back-to-back losses don't mean much, but back-to-back losses versus a guy that's not a draw, i.e. Usyk, while you're in your 30s is over, and AJ going on 33. Knock it off, man. Stop it. People know Usyk. and Usyk is overqualified. Like the fact that these Wilder fans are trying to make it out to seem like Usyk is a bum win or loss on AJ's resume, and Wilder beat the true champ. Like, nobody's the true champ. Nobody faced everybody yet, so knock it off. Whether you using your eye test and you think, Fury will end up on top, okay. But stop with the big brother shit. I never did that shit in my life. I never got into no beef and was like, hold on, I'm going to go get my brother. First of all, my brother's name is Abraham. How the fuck I look like getting an Abraham to fight my battles? Like, y'all so weak. It's like, oh, well, fuck it. Fury beat up Wilder, so now I'm on the Fury dick rotting train, and ain't no way Usyk is good as Fury, so let's shit on Usyk. No, man, knock it off, man. Your man lost, and he's out the fucking race. There's only a 3-man race now. Usyk, Fury, and AJ. 3% is what the poll says. Nobody's thinking about Wilder but you and me. So knock it off, man. Like, fucking Wilder fans are annoying as hell. Hating on everybody but your own man. That shit is super duper sad. Like, it ain't nobody's fault. Nobody's fault but his own. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else did what they had to do. Everybody else. Like, stop it. AJ won his rematch. Like, this dude is getting clowned for beating Andy. Like, Wilder lost and didn't win. AJ lost and did win. So at least giving him the benefit of the doubt in this fight. You know what I'm saying? But instead, you trying to make him out to be this weak-minded AJ all over again, when in fact, he ain't the one contemplating retirement. But we got Fred Robinson that says, if Fury doesn't want White, Bob should put Jared Anderson in position. I don't care how young he is. 100 emoji. Well, he only has 11 fights. I don't know that, I don't know that he's shown us that he's that advanced. And I don't even know who to put him in with. Like, can he beat a Hellenius right now? Maybe he could beat an Adam Kovnacki, but again, we don't even know. Could he do 12 rounds with a Kovnacki, with a dude that, regardless how much you hit him, is going to motherfucking throw all those punches at you? So I don't know if we need to be rushing Anderson. I don't even know what's a good test to see. Is he ready, to be honest with you? Who the fuck could we put him in there with? That's a good fight. I mean, there's some undefeated dudes I'd rather see him in there with first, but give him FA. He's on Top Rank. He got 1 loss. Give him FA. That's a step up. If you could do business with Eddie, give him Fabio Wardley. I think they got 11 or 12 fights apiece. That's a great fight and a step up. Wardley got skills. If you're going to do business with PBC, give him Coffee off the 2 losses. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a step up. I don't know anybody that he's fought that's been on that stage, I don't know. Who else could you give him? I mean, they're going to give him that dude that just fought this weekend. The Ukrainian heavyweight that I was telling y'all about. That's what he was on there for. He was on there to get his, licks in so that he could get a fight with Jared. Hopefully. But I don't know what fight we step Jared up to at this point right now. I don't know how fast he can fly. But I'm going to look at BoxRec. I'm going to look at BoxRec and see, where he's at, let's see. Where is Jared? Man, he's not even in top 50? Or is it hard for me to find? FA is 24. That's what I'm saying. Carlos Takam is with Top Rank. That's a good fight. Carlos Takam is a good fight. Jerry Forrest, you want to see where he's at? Throw him in there with Forrest. Let's stop acting like Forrest don't deserve. You know what I'm saying? And George Aries. George Aries crept on the scene. Nobody thought he was going to beat Cassius Chaney. I doubt Dimitri Salita does business with Top Rank since he's in bed with Showtime. But, you know, George Aries and Chaney did happen on Triller. So maybe they could do Aries versus Jared Anderson. It's going to be a sad moment for me.
We won the Olympics. That's what I thought.
Fuck that box rap. It's going to be a sad moment for me as Aries is a Dominican brethren, and he probably going to get pounded out. But look, I thought he was going to get pounded out by Cassius Chaney. Throw him in there with Cassius. Cassius suffered an upset loss to Aries. Give him Cassius. You really want to step him up? Get him that WBA from Trevor Bryant. You know? You want to put him on the world stage? Set him up with a fight with Dominic Brazil, who's fought both Wilder and AJ. You know what I mean? There's fights out there for him if people acting like he's on that level. I'm never rushing nobody. You could give him Joanne Duhapis, Duhapa, whatever y'all want to call him. Another good fight. That's number 27 ranked fighter. If he really ready, and Top Rank believes in him, all guns blazing, give him Luis Ortiz. Give him Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz was put on his ass mad times. People already think he's 44. Give him Luis Ortiz. I like that fight too, Brandon. I think that was Brandon. If he really ready, do Big Baby versus Big Baby. There could only be one. That's the title. There can only be one. Know what I'm saying? Get Eminem to remix with a real Big Baby. Please stand up. Please stand up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's too corny, but so what? I like that fight. Oda with Violin. He was in there with Fury as a sparring partner, and Violin was in there with Fury as a fight. There's a lot of fights to step him up. They got Ajit Cababel, another undefeated fighter. He was scheduled to fight Fury. They could throw him in there. If they want to show you that Anderson is ready, they could show you that Anderson is ready. You know? Let him and them show us that. Like, y'all trying to thrust him on that stage. And I don't know. I don't know that they believe that. You know? Until they show us, I don't know that they believe that. Because those are a lot of names I mentioned right there. That they, you know, Joseph Parker's another one. You know? Martin Bacoli's another one. And I don't, you know, Martin Bacoli's name doesn't even make it across the pond anymore. You know, he got that early upset loss to Hunter. And, you know, his name never really bubbled. But, you know, he's still there. Adam Kovnacki, that's a fight you want to check his ticker. You know, you want to see where his tank at. Do the Adam Kovnacki fight. Even the Jalil J fight, man. Get Big Bang in the ring with him if he ready. Y'all talking like he ready. Let's see. Let's see. I got CRB1 back with another one. This is number 4 now, so you already know what time it is. And he says, Usyk, great, but you live inside a hardcore bubble. I'm sure I do. Meanwhile, I'm the one that birthed Jake Paul as a boxer. What are you talking about, hardcore bubble? That might be you, champ. That might be you. But he's right back with another. He says, people I'm talking about don't know Usyk or TBV exists. Sure, I get you, brother. I get you. But those people just don't know boxing. And they're not even casual fans either. Simple as that. Fury and Usyk have been linked since the minute Usyk beat AJ. So, kind of hard for people not to know who Usyk is, man. Now, TBV, on the other hand, oh, man, we just a small little channel here. Trying to get by. Fred Robinson with another one, making it number 3. Anderson versus Ruiz? No way, Jose. Ruiz ain't giving Anderson a shot. He's the first Mexican-American heavyweight. Ruiz is doing a big fight. Tyson, Wilder, AJ rematch, Usyk fight. He not losing to a prospect, especially a prospect that's not even with Al Heyman. But I get you, man. We wishing on a star. Rider of the Storm says, if Wilder wants to come back and get a title shot, let's get Wilder versus White fight. Wilder don't have that O anymore to protect. That's a fight I want. That's a fight I always wanted. But again, with White being in all types of litigations and shit like that, I don't even know that he can. I don't even know that he can be in this fight. I don't even know that we can, consider him for that matchup. White needs to handle whatever he's got to handle. Before we could start considering him for these types of matchups. But it would be good to see Wilder White. I tell you that, man. That's a fight I still want, just like I still want AJ Wilder, man. I still want that, man. It ain't right we never got that. I tell you, it ain't right how they do boxing fans, man. That's just like Gamboa Wama. We never got that, man. And those are fights that we should get. Those are fights that we should get, man. It's unfortunate. Looks like we're having issues with our first guest, man. He can't figure it out. Believe that? We got another super chat coming in. Big Matthew says, AJ has to fight Usyk. Hands up, bite your gum shield. 100, 100. No, I'm saying, that's what we want him to do. And let me see, Big Matthew, is that number? Nah, that was yesterday. All right, so you only got 1 today. You had 2 yesterday. Bro, that's what we want him to do. But if he's not ready, if he wants to get some more training with a new trainer, like, we got to leave that alone. We got to leave that alone, man. Because we got evidence of going into the rematch and not winning and seeing what that does to you. I mean, Abner still owe Johnny Gonzalez a rematch or vice versa. CRB1 back with another one. He says, you do realize many people who buy pay-per-views in America don't know boxing YouTube exists, right? You don't watch NBA or NFL, so you don't get the casual market. No, I hear you, man. But I do know that Fox and ESPN promote on those casual markets. So, I don't know what to tell you, brother. If they're promoting their fights on those casual markets while you're watching that football, I'm sure you're seeing those advertisements. And we know DAZN spends money. So, I'm just a little lost as to why you believe Usyk is unknown completely. To say the least known of all 3, okay. But unknown, sounds crazy. But I hear you. I hear you. I got another one and another one. Big Matthews. I agree. The best route is to avoid Usyk for him. UK flag flying high. Yeah, man. I don't know that that's the best, but again, if you're trying to work out some kinks that you got, yeah, you probably don't want to fight the dude to beat you in your first fight back with a new trainer. I mean, it's probably not the right thing to do. But we got Seattle, Washington. Is this Jordan? And somehow your number got erased here? Oh, shit. Hold on. Before I go to the callers, I got to at least do this?
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Very important, absolutely free. Drop us a 5-star review on iTunes and continue to make us the /1 boxing podcast in the world. Help us get to 131,000 by subscribing to the YouTube channel right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice.
Subscribe to youtube.com/The Boxing Voice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Is this Mr. Carter?
Yo, Ness, can you hear me?
I hear you. Who's this?
Yo, it's Tim, man. It's C Perceptions Music, man. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Tim? Sorry, I didn't have that number. I'm going to get you down.
No, that's okay, man. I was just listening to you talk. But anyway, can I ask you a question? What would you give your top 5 heavyweights right now? I got my list.
Top 5 has to be Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Dillian White.
Yeah, that's pretty close to mine, too. Yeah. Anyway, you know what it is. AJ and Usyk, just throw some step-aside money. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, Tyson Fury, where is he? Is he lost in some cave somewhere in Siberia? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know Fury is the real champ right now, but let's be honest. Here's the thing. We got the Daniel Dubois / Luis Ortiz / Charles Martin / Deontay Wilder / Andy Ruiz showdown. And by the way, thank you for taking my call, man. I didn't know if this was going to work because I never tried it like this before. But anyway, yeah, I love your show, by the way, and that's all I got to say. Are you still there?
I'm still here, Tim. Appreciate you, brother. I had myself muted as to not interrupt your call with my coughing as I'm smoking, but I got you down, and we got a new Seattle number in case you call in again. And remember, you can call in if you want to voice your opinion. 1-425-569-5241. The number's also going across the top right here. You know, it's going across the top right here. Let me head on out to my trusty back call crew. I got Big Fish Vega. Are you available?
Hey, what's going on? Good morning. I just kind of hopped in. The show is just about Usyk and Joshua too.
Yeah, the fact that they have no confirmed date or location, and we're really pretty much asking ourselves, is this going to happen? I mean, with the Fury and White fight also being off the table due to litigations and him not wanting the 20%, you know, we're just trying to figure out what's going on with this heavyweight division.
Gotcha. I think what Joshua do with a new trainer. I guess we still have no word on who the new trainer is. I remember he was working out with that one dude in Dubai, but I don't really know too much about him. But I mean, it's gonna be tough, man. Usyk really did really well that first fight, and I mean, it all depends on who Joshua gets with. But I mean, I guess I really got nothing else on the topic, man.
All right, Big Fish Vega. Thanks for calling in. Let me try this Cody Crowley guy one more time. That's what I'm telling. I've already added him. I don't know. Nothing. Yeah, I have no clue, Brandon, why he cannot be added. But I am going to post the phone number if anybody wants to call in the live chat comment section. We got Brandon in Cincinnati. What's up?
Hello, ladies.
Anybody that know me know I've been a player, whether it was in Alabama, Ohio, or anywhere around the globe.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
I've been smashing Telly Swifts, man. I didn't have to become a millionaire to get that caliber of woman.
One of the people's choices, one of the fans' favorites, a guy that can galvanize this crowd such as myself.
He's too ugly to be the world champ. The world champ should be pretty like me.
The AJ of trucking. Yep, Brandon in Cincinnati.
SDS Promotions.
Yo, Nuts, good morning.
Buenos dias. Listos pelos chingazos.
Yeah, man, I woke up in a great mood. First, I want to say shout out to my man Supermax. How about them Cowboys? Oh man, I love it. I love it. Shout out to them Cowboys, man. They never let me down. But as far as this topic, I think this is a non-issue. This fight's going down. What Sean Porter tell us when it's quiet, that means shit's going on in the background. I don't see this fight not happening. Eddie Hearn said he's looking at April, either Tottenham or Wembley. So yeah, it's going down, man. AJ don't duck no smoke. Man was unified in 19 fights. Have we ever known him to duck smoke? He's fought the best. He's the AJ of boxing. I'm the AJ of trucking. We don't duck shit. We the best at what we do. And I'm going to call it now. I got AJ winning the rematch. I'm just waiting for some, cool little mint videos and some fancy bag hitting videos to come out so I get excited. Like my brother's back here was for Wilder. So once these cool videos of him hitting the mitts and shit come out, you gonna see the real AJ of trucking come out in full force in support of my brother. But yeah, this is happening, man. This ain't no step aside money. We don't do step aside money. He will get them belts back 3 times. That's my call.
Yo, did you vote? Did you want the Wilder Usyk fight? Are you part of the 3%?
Nah, man. Nah. Hell nah.
You don't like Wilder versus Usyk?
I'm a realist, man. I know this shit ain't gonna happen. Why would I vote for some shit I know ain't gonna happen?
I'm saying because this is not about politics. It's about, a good fight. Do you think it's a good fight or no?
I mean, it's 2 top 5 heavyweights. Of course, it's a good fight, but why would I vote for some shit I think ain't gonna happen?
No, all right.
That's my call.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But as long as you still think it's a good fight, man. I got Cody Crowley, welterweight sensation, on the line. We was trying to get him on Skype so that you could see his handsome face, but we couldn't figure it out.
Yes, sir.
But Cody, man,
Yeah.
What's going on? I just want to thank you for making the time to come on the show and talk some boxing with us. I will screen share your Instagram so they can at least know exactly who we're talking to and what's going on. Because for me and my producer, we wanted to get you on as we seen your fellow Canadian, Castillo Clayton, just jump up the rankings 9 positions, but you're the one that beat Quadratilo Abdurakhorov, and I'm just like, how did Clayton go to number 5? And I don't think you're on the new rankings, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, they put me in at number 14.
Wow.
So something, everyone already knows how corrupt the boxing game is. And this is just, something that people can see as hard evidence. I originally got called to fight either Castillo Clayton or Kudratillo for that card. And I was actually just supposed to be a filler fight, not even a televised fight, just to keep me busy because I haven't fought in over a year. And if one of those guys pulled out, I would be the fill-in. And apparently someone pulled out, and I moved up to the TV slot, and I took the number 1 IBF contender, Kudratillo. I stepped up, I took him out.
Now, he's been in that position since 2019, Cody. So how is it that you end up only at 14?
Because they don't want me in there. They don't want me in there. They're moving. They're not doing it on a straight up point system. It's all buddy handshakes.
So let me get some particulars out the way. Who are you with? Like, who's your manager and who's your promoter?
I'm with PBC.
Yeah, but you're with PBC. Are you with the Kubas? Are you with Tom Brown? Like, or who are you with?
No. I got a separate manager.
All right, who's that?
Aside from that, his name's Steve Nelson.
Steve Nelson. Okay.
Yeah, so we're supposed to be having a call to see what's going on with IBF today.
And a call with the president? Right. You speaking to the president or are you speaking to Jeanette?
You know what? I'm not too sure yet. I haven't got filled in.
Daryl Peoples is the president, so you probably want to get in there with the president. Now, what is Al? Do you speak to Al, or who's your contact? Is Sylvia? Is it Lou? The Kubas. Like, who's calling you, giving you fights?
Yeah, that's my manager is working through with PBC. Okay. He's working with Al, working with the assistant, working with Tom, pretty much working with everybody.
So have they offered you anything since this last win over Quadratullo?
They offered something.
Okay.
But it wasn't what wasn't worth it for me. I just proved I'm one of the best in the world. I deserve to be up there fighting the best in the world, and I deserve to be getting paid for it. I just went this whole year.
So slow down, and I hate to interrupt. Just want clarity for the many people watching live. So you mean it wasn't financially worth it?
Yes.
Okay, but the name was sexy.
Yeah, name wasn't bad.
Damn. Don't tell me it was
Thurman. No, that's something we're after. I'm after anybody and everybody.
All right.
I know the Boots fight. I'll take that too if the money's right. But I know that can be something that's built up real big in the next probably 2 to 3 years.
Because you're gonna. I'm not gonna front. You need the building though. Boots is known. It's you that has to get your name out there.
Yes, sir. So if the money's right, I'll fight anybody.
I mean, right now in this stage in your career, I can't see them paying you, the 7 figures you want for the Boots fight. You guys, neither one of you are champs, both contenders. You definitely gonna have to wait if you want $1 million.
Yeah, it's just gotta be respectful. Just gotta be respectful. We can make it work.
So now you're saying you've accepted the Castillo-Clayton fight in the past?
Yes, sir. I've accepted every single fight that has been brought to me.
And why do you think the Clayton fight never happened?
I think they know the truth. They know that's not a right fight for them. I've been trying to fight the Castillo-Clayton for quite a few years, even when I had my own promotional company. And I was fighting back in Canada. I was trying to fight him. Then this fight, clearly somebody didn't want to fight, and they pulled out. I'll fight anybody, anytime, any day.
How old are you at the moment, Cody?
I'm 28.
Okay, so it's time.
I'm 28. I'm right in my prime. I'm hungry. I got a hell of a lot of experience. I've been in there with over 20 plus world champions. I'm ready to let the world know who Cody Crowley is, and none of these guys want to fight and give me that opportunity. So I just got to take whatever fight I can get at this moment and create my own opportunity.
Have you ever been offered a Luke Santamaria fight?
No.
Okay. Because he also accepted the Clayton fight and didn't get it. Yeah. He was also on standby too. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've heard of a lot of Castillo Clayton turndowns.
Yeah.
And then I see him get moved very nicely in the rankings as well.
That what's shocking to me, man. Number 5. Do you think that he ends up?
So I want to know how someone not a TV fight who's fighting my sparring partner moves up 6 slots after I fight the number 1 IBF contender. How does a guy who is fighting my sparring partner who's not ranked move up 6 slots?
It's all who you know, man. It's all who you know.
Right. Yeah, it's a pretty shitty game.
Yep. How many years pro?
7 years.
7 years, man. So you've seen it all. Do you still live in Canada or are you now in the U.S.?
No, I've been living in Vegas for 7 years. I moved out here when I decided to turn pro. Want to put myself in the best possible environment. Yeah, I want to put myself in the best possible environment to be successful. Be around the best fighters, get the best sparring, best trainers, best opportunities.
Have you sparred Devin Haney?
Yeah, I boxed everybody in. I boxed everybody in the game. Every world champion. Anybody you want to ask, they can tell you the truth.
But you got to tell me how you did. You got to tell me how you did, because you know Devin and Bill love to say that they beat everybody up, and Bill listens to this show avidly.
Yeah, and Bill knows. Bill can sit here and listen with a smile on his face. You know, I remember me boxing him, and after he pulled Devin out, he said, you know, my coach is like, "What's going on? That's a stoppage. That's a stoppage." He said, "You don't take a Porsche through the ghetto." That's what he had to say. He says it's not worth getting dinged up.
Wow. So you put hands on him. You might be the perfect sparring he needs for that George Kambosos fight. You think that fight happens?
I very well could. I hope so. It'd be great for over in where he's from,
Australia.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great for the fans over there. That'd be a great card to fight on. But yeah, you can ask everybody, man, from Floyd to.
You put hands on Floyd too? You saying?
I boxed Floyd over 200 rounds.
Wow.
Tim Bradley, Zab Judah, Chris Algieri, Tank, Francis Bartholomew, Jorge Linares, Ugas.
How'd you do with Big Ugas? He's a little awkward.
Who haven't I boxed? I got a lot of respect for Ugas. I've been wanting and trying to fight him ever since I've been boxing him. They've turned that fight down too.
Is he a sleeper? Do you think we'll be surprised by his fight with Earl, or is Earl the clear favorite?
I think anything can happen in a fight. You got two guys that are pressure fighters. We still don't know if Earl has that tank like he used to have. And you know, Ugas is getting up there. He's getting old. We don't know if he's got the fight in him still. He's had to really earn his position and get up there, and he's had some pretty tough fights where he's had to dig down deep. So for real, I'm just ready to see some new blood up there.
So you said you've been in there with Haney and Linares. Did you expect Linares to do what he did to Haney, or did you think Haney would be slick enough not to get hit?
No, I knew that right hand was coming. Linares broke his right hand on the top of my head.
So he
before one of it a couple years ago. Yeah, he can definitely punch. He can definitely punch.
Damn, Cody, I'm glad we freaking met virtually here. This is really good information. I love that you have been living in Vegas for the last 7 years, man. You're really showing that, you know, you want to make a career out of this, and getting that elite level sparring, that's exactly what you need. Has Josecito ever been an option for you? Josecito Lopez, common opponent with Keith Thurman and Canelo Alvarez?
No,
never on the table.
No, never on the
Steve
table.
Nelson. Who's Steve? Yo, you say Steve Nelson, and I just think of Terrence Crawford's stablemate, Steven Nelson, the 168 pounder. I've never heard of Steve Nelson. Wait, no, that's not even. That's Stephen Feder. That's with Freddie Roach. Who is Steve Nelson? Is he Canadian as well?
Yeah, no, he's an older guy from Rochester, New York. He's had I think he's had like 5 or 6 world champions now. Sim Rockman was one of his world champions. I think he managed Oscar De La Hoya way back in the day. Yeah, he's had quite a few good people under him.
All right. I hope he gets you into position, man. That was a big win.
Right.
We've been talking about Quadratulo Abdurakhorov on this show for so many years. I even got the president on because I didn't understand why this guy's been the mandatory or the number 1 since 2019, bro. So it's crazy for you to come and pick him off, and then you don't even get elevated for it. It's a little unfair.
Right. Yeah. I don't understand it. That just shows a corruption. Hopefully, thankful for people like you guys who want to get that information out there and see what's going on. Because I think it needs to be put under the spotlight. It needs to be investigated, and the boxing game kind of needs to tighten their stuff up.
Have you gotten a return month, even if there's no opponent? Like, have they told you, hey, be ready or stay in shape for XYZ month?
I've been told April, May.
April, May. Not bad. I got a question coming in from my Patreon, Coach Myers. He says, name your top 3 favorite boxers to watch and why.
Top 3 boxers to watch. Obviously, one's going to be Floyd. Mm-hmm. Floyd's just interesting because Floyd's playing a totally different game. He's not in there to really fight people. The dude's in there. He's playing chess. He's like a wizard in there, right? So he's super fun to watch and see the different tools that he's working with, seeing him set stuff up, seeing the traps that he is putting guys in to set them up for later on, teaching them one thing, showing them something else. You're always learning from Floyd because Floyd's just flowing with whatever's there. So he's learning too. He's creating new opportunities. It's super fun to watch Floyd. Next one is going to be Canelo. The dude's principles that he boxes off of are just so on point. The way he slowly breaks the guys down, the way he is using his pressure as offense without even throwing punches, his ability to be in front of you and still have your foot on the gas by making you feel threatened, by keeping that right distance where he can still hit you and not get hit. Third fighter. Shoot, I want to say third fighter's me. I love watching me fight because I fight from round 1 at the start of the bell to round 12 at the end of the bell. A lot of these guys are just running around trying to set stuff up and trying to pity pat. These fans are here for excitement. They want to see gladiators in the ring. They want to see 2 dudes stand there and throw. You know, a lot of casual or high-end boxing fans, yeah, they look for the art and the sweet science and stuff, but look at the highest numbers right now. You got the YouTubers coming in with the highest numbers that are generating massive amounts of revenue because people just, the average fan, the average people in the world just want to see people fight. That's what they want at the end of the day, and I feel like that's what I produce. You know, you put me in the ring, and you're gonna get over 100 punches a round. You're gonna get over 1,000 punches in a fight. You're gonna get 2 guys standing to the point of exhaustion where they feel like they can't throw any more punches, and they got to pull something out of them deep in order to get the win. You've seen that in my last fight. It was a bloodbath for 10 rounds until Kudratillo. He pretty much was going to quit. He should have quit. If it was 12 rounds, he would have quit. So I'm my favorite fighter, to be honest, to watch. But I love learning from other people who've paved the way. like Floyd, like Canelo. They're thinking differently in the ring, which if people have the eye to see and pick up on it, you can learn from it and add those tools to your own toolkit. So I definitely study and learn from them.
Well, let me refresh here, see if we got any late questions. I guess I would like your prediction, though, on the Earl Spence and Ugas fight, obviously. And also, what do you think Crawford does now that he's a free agent, but he's also, obviously suing Top Rank? Do you think the welterweight division gets that Earl Spence Crawford fight? Or winner of Earl Spence Ugas, if you happen to think Ugas is gonna win?
That fight could go either way. It's gonna be exciting.
Have you sparred Crawford by any chance?
No, I haven't sparred Crawford. Ugas could take it.
Wow.
Ugas could take it. Either way, I want to fight him. I want to fight either of them. I think the Crawford-Spence fight, Spence wins. It could happen at the end of 2022. But that kind of sounds like there's a whole bit of a mess going on.
Would
right now.
you take a Crawford fight?
Of course. I'll take anyone. Anyone.
But when you say the price has to be right, it's like kind of, it makes it difficult because then it means, you want a certain amount of money when the opportunity is just as big as the money, right? I mean, a Crawford fight puts you in position for undisputed.
They always keep dangling that carrot in front of your face. Right.
I mean, but that carrot is real. That carrot is real. You know that those belts are there. I mean, but those belts are there. Ugas and Earl is fighting. Crawford's the last piece of the puzzle. If you again pick him off, you become the last piece of the puzzle. Obviously, I'm sure you'd have a rematch clause, though. These guys are not letting you do a one-off. Unless they underestimate you, Cody.
Oh, they all do.
You don't think they know you by now?
Nah, they still don't. They still don't.
That's interesting. I got another question coming in from the best dad ever. How did your sparring go with Tank Davis? Is his power really true or is it for show?
Tank, that dude is one of the most gifted skill fighters, pound for pound, that I've been blessed to be in the ring with. That dude is a friggin' tank. He is a ninja. He is, I want to say he's punched me harder than any other man has ever punched me before. And that's me looking down at this dude,
Let me interject for 1 second. So when I tell my audience that I believe the Keith Thurman Tank fight is still real, do you believe Tank can contend with Keith Thurman at welterweight?
Yes, I believe so. I believe so. He's got the boxing IQ. He's got the power for sure. He's got it. He can compete at any level. When you got the IQ and the brains, look at Floyd. Look at what Floyd can do. Look at what Canelo can do. You can fight people at any weight. Weight doesn't really matter. The body shape in front of you doesn't matter. It's the brain set and the principles that are making the success happen. But Tank, I got a lot of respect for him. He knows what happened in my sparring session with him. He knows that he didn't finish the rounds. That's what happens with people with me. They know that they're going to be in there for a dog fight for 12 rounds straight.
But Cody, nobody spars 12 rounds straight. Like, how many rounds did he give you? It's either 2 or 4. But you rarely get guys, elite level guys, giving you 6 straight rounds.
We were going for 10. He got out at 6.
Okay. But he told you 10. Or his trainer or your trainer told you 10.
The day before, I was busting out one of his buddies, and he was trying to get in the ring. So I told him,
wait. All his buddies are my buddies.
I got you tomorrow.
Was it Richardson Hitchens? Who was it?
Malik Hawkins.
Okay, 140. Got you.
And I said, I'll give you as many rounds as you want. Bring your stuff tomorrow.
Ooh.
So we had 10 rounds. We had 10 rounds scheduled. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure he got out at 6.
Yo, but that's what he always does. He did that to Red Catch, too. He's just going to he's gonna do his thing and jump out the ring.
Yeah. I got respect for him, his abilities, his punching power. Like I said, I've never been hit as hard by anybody as I have been by Tank.
Wow.
Got all kinds of respect for the dude. I think he's a great fighter and he can do great things. It looks like he's got his head on his shoulders more straight now.
Let me ask you this question another way here. Do you need to wait and see how Keith looks versus Barrios to know if Tank has a shot versus him, or do you think any version of Keith Tank can get in the ring with?
Any version.
Wow, Cody, wow.
That's the fight I'm trying to get right now.
Is the Thurman fight.
Yes.
I would love for you to have the Thurman fight. No disrespect, but I need Thurman to have 2 fights before they start trying to offer him that Terrence Crawford fight. You know, and if you're any bit of what you say you are, where you're going to throw 1,000 punches around, that's probably what Keith needs after this Barrios fight. I'm not happy with this Barrios choice. He's really put his back against the wall. He's one of my favorite fighters, but, you know, you're fighting a Tank victim right now. Means you have to do better because you're naturally a bigger man. You're one time.
Mm-hmm.
You call yourself one time, and now you're fighting a dude that Tank knocked out. There's a lot of pressure on Keith.
Yeah.
What are you expecting in that Barrios fight?
Shoot, no one really knows about Keith right now. That's kind of the big question in the air. You know, he's been out of the ring for what, 3 years now?
About 29
3?
months.
Yeah, that's a long time. You know, he's got a kid now. He's a family man. Priorities change. He got to the top of the game. He made some big money, and we haven't seen him for a while. So realistically, we don't know what we're gonna see. You don't know if the same Keith is still there, or we don't know if a way better, more mature Keith is coming, a more rested, a more rejuvenated.
Oh,
we don't know.
I would love that. I would love that.
It would be great. You know, sometimes fighters need a little bit of time away from the continual training and weight cut and just stress that boxing puts on. You never know when you're going to fight. You always got to be ready. You're always looking for that next opportunity. So it can get super taxing on guys. And when they take that time away from the ring, they get to enjoy their family. They tend to come back a whole different person, and their body's rejuvenated. They enjoy being back in the gym again, and it just turns them into a different fighter. So we could possibly see a way younger, more refreshed Keith Thurman than we've ever seen. We don't know, but I'm excited to see, and I think either way, it's going to produce good opportunities.
Bet, man. Wow. I'm excited, man. Unfortunately, it's on pay-per-view February 5th, but, you know, us boxing fans, we continue to be the best fans of any sport. I tell you, last year was an expensive year as a boxing fan. But, Cody, man, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I look forward to having you back on. I love that you're a great speaker, very... you know, just very candid, man, and your stories are fantastic. So we look forward to getting you back on. Any news you have, contact my producer and let's break it right here. give out your social media, but I have been screen sharing it for anybody crazy enough not to be
Yes.
already following you. But yes, please let them
Yeah,
know where
get
they
that
can
up there,
find
brother. I need all your help, guys. You need to give me some of that publicity. I need to get my following up there so everyone outside the boxing world knows who Cody Crowley is. I need your help. Stuff like this shouldn't be happening, man. Where a guy goes and puts everything on the line and then doesn't get recognition for it. So thank you guys. I appreciate your help. Anything you can do to help get me out there, push me out, improve my career, improve my publicity. I truly appreciate it, and I'm grateful for you guys. So thanks for taking the time today.
No problem. Let me just refresh here in case I got any. I do got 2 last minutes. James Benitez in San Antonio says, so a slow starter like Bud Crawford, do you feel you can outwork him? Also, who do I feel is the biggest fight for you in the division? I guess he meant who do you feel is the biggest fight for you in the division? And since Bud's a slow starter, do you feel you can outwork him?
Yeah, I believe I would outwork Bud. I believe that. You've seen what was Porter doing to him. Porter was outworking him, doing him on the scorecards until a slight little turn. I was working with Sean for that fight. And yeah, but I believe I'm not going to have a problem with any of these guys. I can take any punch. You can ask anybody at the top of the game. I've been in there with everyone, even all the way up to 160, 168-pound world champions, taking their punches and still keep coming forward. If I'm throwing more punches than you every round, you are losing every single round. And if you can't stop that person in front of you, you are going to lose. It's simple math. So I believe that I produce a problem for all of these fighters. So yeah, I believe the later rounds I would take it on the scorecards.
One more coming from Orlando, Florida. Twin says, how long ago was the last Castillo Clayton offer, and was it just verbal?
Last offer was my last fight.
Okay. All right. Well, Cody, that's definitely all our questions, and ain't nothing changed. Can't wait to get you back on. Thank you for coming on, my friend, and look forward to seeing you fight again.
All right, brother. Thank you very much. Have a great day, guys. Make sure to check me out. Check me out on Instagram at Cody Crowley Boxing.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Welterweight should be number 1 in the IBF. See, this is the thing, man. It's like when T.O. beat Loma and he didn't get the number 1, the position that Loma was in on the pound-for-pound list. It doesn't make sense. And I get it. There's some sort of point system, and, it's not as easy as beating the man to become the man, but that would make the most sense. That's when boxing gets so confusing and ruins it for the boxing fan, because it's like, if that guy beat this guy, how isn't he number 1 if that person used to be number 1? It's like, no. He beat the number 1, but he's 14, man. And you got to go into this mumbo jumbo explaining shit where you start to lose fans. If it was as simple as beating the man that beat the man, we could easily crown champions, man. But I'm going to get out to these phone calls. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. And don't forget, you could also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. We're going out to Coach Myers in Connecticut. What's up?
Yo, you hear me?
I hear you. What's going on, brother? Thank you for dropping a question to Cody Crowley.
No, not a problem. I actually forgot about that whole Patreon questions and all of that until you said something. But what's the topic today about Usyk and Joshua?
Usyk, Anthony Joshua versus Usyk rematch still has no confirmed date or location.
Which is smart for AJ. Give AJ more time to refine his skills. But he's still going to lose to Usyk. And after this fight, next, you're going to put respect on Usyk's name, man.
I mean,
But that's my
I
call.
want Usyk Wilder. What about you?
He'll box the shit out of Usyk for 12 rounds. I don't want that. It'll be a boring fight.
Wilder
I
will
don't think
outbox Usyk for 12 rounds?
No. Wilder for 12 rounds. I don't think Wilder will be able to catch him. I just don't.
Yeah, I doubt anybody can go through 12 rounds without being hit by Wilder. That's insane. Fury got hit. You know, everybody gets hit by Wilder. Like, that's what I'm saying. I want to see his chin face up to the Wilder power. You know what I'm saying? If he can do that, that's it. There's nothing I can say, you know. He's the real deals. CBR1, did I say that? Nope, I did say that. Ciccarelli, I agree. Best route is to avoid Usyk for him. Yep. Ciccarelli says, is Trevor Bryan versus Wilder out of the question? I mean, based off the last article, man, it's like, you know, Malik Scott is saying that when he talked to Wilder, it's more like, you know, you're in a good position, brother, because you've already done and earned, so you don't really need to do any more. So, you know, everybody's still pointing at that retirement, man. I don't want it to be over. Like, I love the Usyk fight. I love the Ruiz fight. You know what I'm saying? I still love the Dillian White fight. Fuck, I take the Chisora fight as the tune-up. Got Chisora talking about he want Wilder on his resume. Beat the shit out that man. Take that tune-up. Come right back. Land some hot shit on his ass and be Deontay Wilder all over again. Then line up Dillian White. Knock his dumb ass out. Bah! Now you on a UK tier. You know what I'm saying? And the public is now going to be like, yeah, he could beat Fury again. Not that you want to fight Fury again. You still got that AJ dude out there. You know what I'm saying? You still got Ruiz out there. And you still got Usyk out there. You could do a lot, not name Fury. Wilder off 2 losses, getting a shot at all those belts make no sense. Only in a world of people that don't want to test themselves. If Usyk wants to show that he's the best, he could fight Wilder too. I know in some weird argument somewhere, people are going to say Wilder is X'd out because Fury beat him, but everybody should fight everybody. Like, isn't that what Muhammad Ali did? Isn't that what Frazier did and Foreman did? And isn't that what even the 135-pounders did, right? When you talk about the 4 kings, they fought each other. They fought each other. Like, just because Wilder lost to Fury shouldn't mean he can't fight none of the other top heavyweights. Like, that's corny. That's not boxing. Like, even in football, the losing team still fights the winning team. Like, I don't get what y'all talking about. And I don't even watch them sports, man. But if you on Block Talk, I ain't go to you because you ain't press 1. We going out to the biggest Wilder fan ever, man. Come on. Tell him you want that Usyk fight.
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
And it's not going the distance. Either he'll wave the white flag or I'll wave it for him.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
A lot of you live believable lives. It's easy to sit in those seats. It ain't easy to stand up here. Remember that.
Matter of fact, when I smacked his brother in this gym right here, he didn't do anything. All he did was stand there like a big fat pussy.
Your mind, how does that fight go?
With me getting my hand raised.
SDS Promotions.
Yo, good morning, Ness, man. Love the introduction, man. How you doing?
What up, what up, what up? Good morning, bro.
Nothing, man. Just chilling, man. Yeah, man. How the hell you gonna say Chisora will be a tuna for Wilder, man? You know that's a lie, man.
Nah, you wildin'. You know he getting blanked. He getting the blanket and the pillow.
This is the type of shit, man, that people be saying. I be waking up with hating shit, man, because you be saying shit like that, be triggering me, man. You know damn well Chisora ain't
Bruh, Chisora don't got a bigger win than Wilder. Bottom line.
Bro, I don't even got Wilder as a top 5 heavyweight
It don't
right now,
matter.
man.
It don't matter what you got him as. His record speak for itself. Chisora doesn't have a bigger win than Wilder.
But even with his loss, he fought better competition overall than Wilder, man.
It don't matter. He never won.
Bro,
so his history proves to you that he ain't gonna be able to beat Wilder.
Okay, so you believe that Wilder sparks everybody out on Chisora's resume? You can't honestly say that.
Listen to
you
me.
had to stop
Listen
it
to me.
for a second, man. No fucking way.
Only reason I had to stop and think is because you trying to be a wordsmith and say beats everyone on his resume. Listen, you can't ask him to beat everyone Chisora fought. Chisora didn't even beat the dudes he fought.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. You out here tripping. You trying to be a wordsmith.
I am not trying to be a wordsmith, man. I'm just calling it like it is.
No,
man.
you're not. If you was calling it like it is, you'll know that Wilder's greatest win is better than Chisora's greatest win. So the probability of Chisora beating Wilder is not great.
So you don't think Chisora can beat Ortiz? You crazy as hell, man.
Bruh.
I'll take that bet, man.
Ortiz hit Wilder with a straight left that made his legs buckle. What the fuck is Chisora lazy ass gonna do? We all know he gotta be motivated. Come on, man. We talking about self-motivated people. Wilder is self-motivated. Wilder ain't never been out of shape. Wilder ain't never show you tired until he was in there with Fury. And Chisora is not Fury.
So you about to go ahead and use that? Oh, he fought a fighter 75 pounds heavier than him, LB always.
I'm not using that. I'm just simply saying Chisora's not the height of Fury. He can't lean on Wilder. Wilder punching down on his little dude who gonna be swinging wildly like a madman, and Wilder gonna clock his ass.
Damn, Ness, I was trying to be a civilian this morning and try to be peaceful with my call, man. Why you starting this shit, man?
I want Wilder Chisora. I want Wilder Usyk. I still want Wilder AJ.
I think Jared Anderson puts on the show against Wilder, man, right now.
You crazy, man.
That's why I personally.
You crazy, man.
I'm not crazy.
You better press rewind. We talked about Jared Anderson, man. Ain't nobody but you jumping out the window talking about Anderson versus Wilder. You tripping right now.
Look, we got some development.
That boy never been 12 rounds, man. Stop playing with Wilder like he can't fracture a rib. Like he can't break your fucking orbital bone. Like you out here tripping right now. Tripping.
I am not tripping.
That boy never been 12 rounds. Never been 12 rounds. And he never been punched by nobody like Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
You wilding, but that's all right. This is exactly why I want him to come back, man. Because we got guys like you. You actually live in Alabama and you done flip 100%. That's why he need to come back. He could sleep Chisora, he could sleep Dillian White, he could sleep Anthony Joshua, and then he could lose to Usyk if that's what y'all believe, which I think he sleeps anyway, and then retire. All them dudes are sleepable. Pillows and blankets. Hot cocoa.
Have him make me a believer.
Get the hot cocoa ready with the pillows and blankets for all them dudes. They all could go to sleep by Wilder. None of them dudes have nothing spectacular.
Yo, hey Ness, man, let me get this coffee, man. I'm gonna come back to you.
Yeah, no, because Chisora been slept, Dillian White been slept, Anthony Joshua been slept, and Usyk little enough to really get tucked. We'll tuck his ass in. We'll tuck his ass in.
So you telling me that you don't think Chisora can actually sleep Wilder? I think he could.
He can't reach Wilder, man. You tripping right now. Do you know his size? You tripping. Chisora ain't landing nothing. Nothing.
Okay, man.
Nothing.
Okay, man.
He could listen. Wilder could do a 52 fake out retirement and go on a UK tour with people like, damn, yo, he fucking everybody from the UK up. They gotta give him another Fury fight, and he don't need to take it. He could still beat all them dudes. All them dudes. Chisora, line them up. Chisora, White, AJ, fucking bowling pins. The only dude that becomes a bit of a problem is Usyk because he got feet. But he gonna get clocked too. He gonna get clocked too.
Yo, and that's disrespectful to Usyk right there, man. Usyk, we know Usyk will work the
Bruh,
shit out of
Usyk
Wilder,
was
man.
not even supposed
He
to
was,
beat AJ, man. Please, my man was a mistake.
was a mistake. Yeah, okay. Yo, hey, again, love the show, Ness, man. I'm gonna come back to you, man.
Juan in the BX, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Yo, what's good,
What's
Ness? You
good,
can
what
hear me?
up? Yeah, sure.
What is this guy talking about, bro? Wilder would destroy all those jabronis.
For
I don't
real.
know where he's coming from. He's from Alabama, nigga. You talking crazy right now, bro. You seen Wilder lose to a big ass dude that still, to this day, I think might have, been doing some shit like fucking Margachito. But regardless, even if he didn't and he's that great, I don't think Wilder's losing to anyone else. Not even Anthony Joshua. I think actually the only one that might have a chance is Andy Ruiz because he's a little small and he throws punches up
Man,
and
he getting slept too.
yeah, but if he gets
That boy
caught
got
once,
dropped by Chisora. I mean, Areola.
not the I know you're talking about
He
Areola.
got
Yeah,
dropped. He
that's what
got dropped by the Mexican version of Chisora,
that's where he
Areola.
fucked
Get
his
the
whole
fuck
shit up.
out of
Yep.
here, man.
Nah, you right on that. You right
He
on
got
that. That's where
out
he fucked his whole
jabbed
shit
by
up. But Styles
Joseph
make
Parker.
fights.
He got out exactly. So if Wilder wanted to fight just like he fought in the first Bermain-Stavern fight, he'll keep Andy on the end of the jab the same way AJ did in the second fight, the same way Parker did in their fight.
Yo, but look,
Like
look at how
busting a
bad
pimple.
fucking Tyson Fury looked against fucking Autobot. Like Autobot made him look worse than fucking
Listen to me.
Wilder, and
Listen to
Wilder's
me.
a non-cut artist.
Autobot, as you call him, came out of nowhere. There is film on Andy, man. You kidding me? There wasn't film on Oda. He had the bullshit fight with Pavel Sauer where the shit didn't even go one round. Like my man kept fucking up on Showbox. You don't remember? Or Showtime.
Nah, yeah.
He never got a fight off. Remember that shit? So nobody knew who he was. You know?
Nah, he does got skills though. Yeah, you
This
seen
dude
it in his last fight too.
underestimated
He
him.
ain't no joke either. But
Yeah, he just
I don't
beat
know, bro.
Brazil.
Was that?
Then he just beat Brazil on Showtime?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That he showed he got skills. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, you're right. He does got skills. He ain't nobody to fuck with. Like people doubted his, his attributes because everybody thought Fury was doing another cherry pick like he always did, and that was the wrong cherry to
Yo,
pick.
this
But
sleeping on Wilder gotta stop. I need to see Wilder come back. I can't believe you got dudes out here from Alabama really saying he won't beat Chisora. That's
he's just talking
insane.
crazy, bro. He's
That's
talking crazy. He will
insane.
knock Chisora to the next level. He gonna knock Brazil to his own house. Brazil still haven't got up. You think he ain't gonna do that to Chisora? He'll retire him, bro. If he was to fight
That's what
Chisora,
he
it'll
need
be
to do.
over.
He need to retire him. Let him call it a
He'll retire
crossroads fight. Let him call it whatever, but he could retire that dude.
He'll retire Dylan White too after his ass. After fucking Chisora, take Dylan White, retire his ass. He won't even think about the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, the shut your mouth and none of that shit. NWO, he ain't gonna be none of that. Then you could take out the rest of the crew. The only one, like you said, might be the biggest issue, might be Usyk, just because his movement, he does that slick shit. He'll make you miss all over. But if Wilder catches him one time while he's doing that little Lomachenko shit,
exactly,
just like just like Linares did to this dude, I don't think he gonna get up like fucking Loma did when Linares caught him with the same hit, with that straight right. But yeah, that's my call, bro. I don't want to take up too much time. Good looks, fam.
Yo, I got a counterpunch from James Benitez for the Big Fish Vega, and I just want to say once again, Wilder could go on a UK tour. Chisora, Dillian White, AJ, Usyk. 4-fight deal, smack him around like nothing. Vega, counterpunch. Benitez to you.
I don't know why Benitez did that. Thank you, man. But, man, Jay Benitez be getting my blood boiling, man. All this Wilder hate. Like, we had a discussion about this whole Chisora thing, man. And he was trying to tell me that Carlos Takam would destroy Luis Ortiz, and that ain't happening, man. I mean, like, this Wilder slander just got to stop, man. It's not even a Wilder show. And especially, man, we got to send some Bama goons after Jay Benitez, man. You know what? Me and Jay Benitez, Border Wars 14. I'm going to show him the weight difference and show him how I'm Deontay Wilder. I'm going to knock his ass out. Nah, it's all love, though.
All right. We got Keem in Florida. Are you available? Looking like no Keem available. Majid, what up? No Majid, no Majid. Alrighty then. Looks like we got Hawk in Maryland.
Yo, what's up, Ness? How you doing today, my brother?
Another day in paradise. What's up with you, champ?
Hey, man, it's nothing but paradise. You talking about Deontay the Grand Bomber. I don't know what the hell these people on this call talking about, bro. Wilder would crush DeJour. Wilder would crush these dudes. You see the punches that, what's that dude's name? DeJour just fought.
Parker?
The heavyweight, he just fought. Parker, touching him up with those slow punches. Even what's his name? The other one from out there, DeJour White. When he got knocked out by the uppercut with the dude from Russia, all those punches coming slow. You see how fast Wilder punch? Fury is so tall. Plus, Fury is very talented with using his weight. You got to reach out. He had to. Sometimes you can see Wilder stretching his arms all the way out and still not touching Fury because how Fury balance is and how he leaned back. But other than that, and then when he caught him, he rippled his whole body. I mean, for real, Fury ain't been in the rush to get back in the ring either. His ass was touched up in that fight. I don't got none of them messing with Wilder. I don't know what nobody talking about. Mm-hmm. They too slow. Wilder won his first 1-2 step.
What about Usyk though?
Yeah, he's sleeping. Usyk, how is Usyk gonna stay away from that?
That's what I said.
Usyk was getting touched up by DeJour.
That's what I said.
DeJour was hitting Usyk.
That's what I said.
You see how slow DeJour punch? He couldn't even hit Parker, but he was hitting Usyk. He wasn't hitting Parker. He was hitting Usyk though. Mm-hmm. And Parker's slower on it. Hey, it makes no sense, bro. Deontay Wilder needs to come back and just knock them off. White, DeJour, and I tell you, Anthony Joshua is the only one of those fighters who got knocked out by a fast puncher. All the rest of them got knocked out by slow punchers. What's his name? The first Mexican heavyweight champion. He knocked what's his name? Joshua out because he's pretty fast. But Joshua couldn't do nothing with no Wilder. Joshua don't move his head. He stands straight up. He's nice. I like Joshua. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Joshua. But Wilder would knock his ass out. Wilder would knock all them boys out. I just wish Wilder didn't fight 33 times because he ain't need to. I wish he would have just fought him the one time and went on and cleaned out the whole pot. But guess what? He come back here, he knocking all of them boys out. They ain't got nothing for Wilder. They just don't. I'm with you 110. I don't know why everybody act like they drunk. Later, my brother.
All right, Hawk. Thank you for calling in as always. It's funny, because Wilder was such a polarizing figure that it became a joke to make a joke about Wilder. But the truth is he lost to the number one heavyweight in the world. And, that guy is fucking 6'9" and very big, So I don't base Wilder's career off of one fight. He lost to Fury, and I just go back to that, man. The people that started boxing, the Ray Leonards, the Roberto Durans, these guys fought all of each other. They all fought, These fight fans that are not really fight fans, that want Wilder to retire because he just lost to Fury and instead don't want to see him fight White. I still want you to fight White. I still want to see the Chisora fight. I still want the AJ fight, and I still believe you can beat Usyk. Like, there's nothing wrong with that because Tommy Hearns got to fight Ray Leonard and Hagler. You know what I mean? Like, why is it not right for Wilder to do the same? Like, You know what I mean? Like Sean Porter got to fight Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, and Terrence Crawford and lost. And we still love them for it. But you dudes are so, y'all like so obsessed with Wilder that it doesn't allow you to be a regular fan. It doesn't allow you to be a regular fan. Like, for this guy, you go over the top. He must retire. He's done. Meanwhile, Sean Porter lost to Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford. And we loved them for it. We loved them for it. I was part of that 130,000 that bought it. Unlike a lot of you fucking thieves. Rob, what up in Baltimore?
Hey, yo, what's up? You see my Jersey boy getting this fight he wants.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah, he getting that Valdez fight.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, Jersey holding this down. Baltimore ain't looking to, you know what I mean? You a Baltimore guy, yo. They not really holding it down like that. You know what I mean?
We'll see, man. We'll see. Tank might be fighting Broner, right?
Who? Who?
Tank could be fighting Broner or Thurman next.
Nah, Tank probably gonna fight Rolly. You know what I mean? That's the Floyd way. Rolly,
That's a great. I want that Rolly
You probably gonna fight Rolly. He gonna fight Rolly. That's fucked up what happened to Rolly, yo.
I want that Rolly.
Bad for that shit.
I want that. Hey, Rob, let me come back to you, man. I fucked up. James Benitez sent the counterpunch for CYP. I'm gonna come right back to you. Adrian, what's poppin'? CYP, what up?
You know, it's funny, man. You said the biggest Wilder fan. I thought you was going to LV Slugger, and I was offended. Like, how the hell anybody a bigger Wilder fan than me? But then it was funny because I didn't even know that was Benitez's ass. But I'm gonna ignore that bullshit because he almost got me with that. He fucking playing. He damn sure ain't serious. But what I wanted to say to you was about this pound for pound, right? Me and you don't agree on this. If a dude's number one pound for pound and you beat him, good for you, you beat him. But what if two other dudes beat your ass? So what about the dudes who whooped your ass? You beat number one, so you say I should be number one. I should be number one. But you got two dudes over here that whooped your ass. So do they get to say they number one because they beat you, or do you have to go on a run and show people that win you got a number one was legit? Now you a whole different fighter. Because I'm like, homie, if I whoop your ass, but you whoop kids, that don't make you number one. If I could beat your ass, we're in the same division. That shit don't work for me. So that's my pushback against number one being number one, taking a spot. Like, it don't work that way for me. It don't work that way for me. I don't know if that helped any clarity for anybody, but if anybody disagrees or agrees, let us both know. Because do you side with Ness that you beat number one, you should be number one? Or do you side with me that if you got some other dudes who whoop your ass, you ain't number one from beating number one? CYP out.
Yeah, it just all boils down to what position you're in. Even if you beat me before I beat the number one, you obviously were not number one. So again, you beat me and I turned around and beat the number one. I should be the number one. Yeah, you hold the win over me, so now you have to rematch me to prove that you can beat me. And if you do, you're number one. If we kept it that simple, let me screen share this. If we kept it that simple and we're going with the ring number 1 through 10, right? So let's hypothetically make CYP Cody Crowley and I'll be Butayev and he's number 10 and he beat me, the number 8. Cool. Styles make fights. This is the same shit we talking about with Wilder. Like, just because you beat me doesn't mean I'm done. So now the number 1, Crawford, seen you beat me, but gave me a fight. And I beat him. Like, I'm number 1, champ. Now all you do is have a claim to a fight with the number 1 because you beat me in the beginning. But you have to beat me because every fight makes you different. And I had a fight with Terrence Crawford and beat him. You know, there's phrases in boxing where they say like, oh, when you become a champion, you're 80% bigger. Oh, you learn something by being in the ring with a guy like Canelo or Crawford. Like, I mean, every element matters. But again, if we just stick to keeping it as simple as number 1, 2, 3, 4, then it'll never change. Because yes, again, Cody Crowley, CYP beat me. Now you're number 8. But Crawford gave me a voluntary shot. So I jumped the line if I beat the number 1. Keeping it simple makes it simple, allows easy association for the casual fan. It would be easier than what we had happen today where Cody beat the number 1 and is number 14. That is unfair. That isn't right. But Adrian, what is up, champ?
Not too much, man. Just done with the first part of work. But, want to talk some of this boxing. I've been listening to the show a little bit on my way home. So I'm kind of with the fact that if you beat the number 1, you should beat the number 1. Even if somebody else beats you, just because styles make fights, that should make it easier for the person who beat you before. If you take the number 1 spot, it should make it easier for them to get a shot at you. The only thing I see where people argue is if somebody beats you, you take the number 1 spot, but that person who beats you would say they're at number 8. If you're at the number 1 spot, you can probably duck whoever beats you at 8 and not give them the shot to beat you because maybe their style is too much for you. Kind of like a Fury Wilder thing, right? Like I believe Wilder sparks out a lot of other heavyweights. Just at this point, just not Fury. So I don't see why he should ever want to go back through that fight again. But I definitely see where he can make millions upon millions of dollars beating up everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But I am with that. If you make it simple, I don't like the math and the politics. Just make it simple for everybody. If I'm number 14 and I beat number 5, then okay, then make me number 5. I think the ladder's there for a reason, and I get people get to skip the line, but at the same time, we could just make it easier.
If you just made it what it was, like how do you beat the number 1 but you're number 14? That makes no sense. So why fight the number 1 if you don't even crack the top 10? It just doesn't make sense. And CYP saying that you're glad boxing agrees with you because Tarver didn't get number 1 position, that's what we're complaining about. We're showing you that boxing didn't get it right with Cody Crowley either. So it's not about boxing agreeing with you. It's about boxing being wrong. They're wrong, and they're confusing the casual fan and fucking shit up. But we're gonna keep these phone lines moving.
Well, one thing I want to say though, if we're going by this, all right, we'll say somebody dethrones Canelo. Do we give him Canelo's spot?
He doesn't.
Or is Canelo still the face of boxing?
He doesn't get Canelo's commercial spot because it's not up to Canelo to make you a draw. Right. But yes, he's number fucking 1. He should be.
Yeah, if you beat him, are people gonna look at you? Other boxers are gonna look at you? Well, you're elite. You're the elite now because you beat the dude that no one's been beating.
That's how we should look at you, man. That's how we should look at you. You beat the man. You should be the man. It's so simple. Why change that phrase? Why? You beat the man that was the man. Very simple. LV Slugger, what's up?
Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the bronze mama.
Shit. LV, my bad. I had to go back to Rod. Rod, what up? You on the clock?
Why change that phrase? Why?
Rod, you got to turn the radio off in the background. Oh, shit, that's Hawk. Shit. Rod just hung up. All right, going back to LV.
Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the bronze mama.
I want a body, and he gonna be the body.
The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. The referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it.
SDS Promotions.
I'll be right.
LV Slugger.
TBV, what up?
What up?
What's going on?
What up? On the AJ tip, man, I think Eddie just doing his part, man, trying to stall the fight as much as they can, trying to get him as much time, to get ready for Usyk. We know he was still out here looking for a trainer and stuff. So I'm not sure if he already done said who he gonna be training with or who he working with. So I think they just trying to stall as much as they can so he can just be ready for him. You know what I'm saying? Doing whatever he need to do to get, to get that win over Usyk. I'm not sure how that fight gonna play out, but I am looking forward to it. So we can go ahead and try to finally get an undisputed at heavyweight, man. But yeah, that's really all I really got. 'Cause that was the topic one.
Yeah, we had plenty of side topics. I'm shocked that you ain't trying to partake in none of those side topics. You know you heard them.
Stand on that, man. Like I said before, as a fan, I love to see him come back. But if he retire, I had no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? He did.
That wasn't the conversation. The conversation is, can he beat Derek Chisora, Dillian White, AJ, and Usyk?
You ain't 6'9" and outweigh that man 50 pounds. The fact show is you ain't beating that man. Period.
That's what I said.
That's all that I stand on. Like, if you don't bring that to the table when you in the ring with that man, you getting slept. Now, I am on the record saying what history has shown us, knockout punches, when they lose like this, they usually don't come back the same. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Wilder is like 1-on-1. He's the only, nobody has yet, no historian has called in and said nothing about, showed me a boxer that went in a trilogy with a man weighed in every fight 50 pounds, outweighed 50 pounds in the trilogy, toe to toe with that man. So until then, you know what I'm saying, I think he is 1-of-1. And if anybody can come back, and get back to that top, is Wilder. So you know what I'm saying, I'm definitely rocking with him. But if he retire, like I said, I had no problem with it. Yeah, man, that's all I really gotta say, man. If you ain't 6'9", 50.
Yo, that's the route, man. That's the route. Chisora, White, AJ, Usyk.
And here's the thing, man. Punchers are punchers, man. Like, everyone, I get why they're talking about Wilder this way, but you know what? He's one impressive knockout away from everybody talking about him again.
And Chisora's that knockout.
At the end of the day, when you see him spark somebody out like he did, like a Luis Ortiz, where they looking up from the canvas, like, what the fuck just happened to me? Yeah. Like, when he does that again, fans will be back, on his side, looking forward to the next knockout. Because let's be honest.
And that's what he
even
means.
Hardcore
Chisora's that's a free knockout.
Right. Hardcores, casuals, I don't care who you are. Everybody loves the Deontay Wilder knockout. Shit, that Brazil knockout, that was the shit. I thought he was going to die the way Wilder hit him. But that's what we watch boxing for, to see knockouts, to see great boxing. There's all different things that we tune in the sport for. So, I think he's just one impressive knockout away from,
none of those guys have the will. Maybe Usyk, because he hasn't been in a position to show us that he doesn't, so I won't take that away from him. But none of those guys have the will to stay in a fight with Wilder. When the going gets tough, Wilder showed you when the going gets tough, he could scrape himself off the floor 2 times and still rock Fury. Nah, man. Them dudes ain't built like that. We seen they fights. We see how they fights look. It's different, man. He could fucking beat those dudes. CYP, what up?
Yeah. I want to get everybody prepared for Makabu being the number 1 pound-for-pound boxer in the world, because if he beats Canelo and that theory plays out, we'll be looking at the next pound-for-pound number 1 boxer in Makabu, a dude I never heard of, a dude who 3 years ago was fighting dudes with double-digit losses, a dude with, I think, 3 losses on his resume. But don't worry about it, because with this theory, you beat the man, you are the man. When we're confused, divisions work like that, not pound for pound. Pound for pound is about a body of work. Divisions are about fight for fight. And remember, if you got a belt and you pound for pound, you probably have a belt. So when you beat that dude, guess what you get? His belts. CYP out.
So the one thing I want to say about pound for pound is this. Let's be realistic about what pound for pound really means, right? That's our opinion as fans. Who the best boxer is, pound for, it's our opinion. There's no belt, there's no nothing, it's our opinion. And basically it's the majority rules opinion. If everyone thinks that Canelo is pound for pound the best, then if what 60% think that he's pound for pound the best. You know, and that's the thing. Pound for pound's a cool list, but it's just a list of our opinions at the end of the day.
I mean, again, I'm not trying to be right or wrong. I'm just simply saying keep it simple. If the number one lost, whoever beat him is number one. It's just keep it simple. I got counterpunch from Big Fish for James Benitez.
Yo, Ness, man, I was trying to be peaceful on this MLK Day, man. So you telling me, man, that Parker, Pulev, White, Tackle don't give Wilder a good run for his money? I believe this UK tour that you're talking about.
Hell no.
Yo,
have you watched Pulev fights, bro?
Man, I know that'll probably be one of the ones he beat, man. But I'm just throwing the name out there, man. I think Wilder probably goes 3 for 3, man. Or if he was to do a UK tour,
you said
man.
White. You said White, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Damn, so did.
I had him in my original list. White has already been put to sleep with a blanket, and he never been hit by the hardest puncher in boxing.
Man, yes, man. Wilder's explosive. He's athletic.
No, he's beyond explosive. The dude that beat him is telling you nobody else beats him. He said that.
Man, if you know that jab cross is coming, man, you know how to evade that shit.
Bruh, Malik Scott got dropped with a left hook.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
He go there with Malik Scott, man?
Come on, man. He got dropped with a left hook.
Look, man.
Fury got knocked down with a left hook. Fuck it. You don't like the Malik Scott one? Fuck it. Fury went down. He went down with a left hook.
Look, put Wilder in the ring with other top 10 fighters. What's up, man?
Bruh, I put him in with whoever. I'm telling you, man. Put him in with those four. Put him in with the unified champ. Put him in with the number one interim titleist. Put him in with the tune-up Derek Chisora. Let's go. And put him in with the former unified champion AJ. I want them all.
Look, man, Ness, man, I can't wait till you get Eddie Hearn in your new studio or whatever, man. And Eddie Hearn trying to make that fight for Chisora. And we can go ahead and really see what happens, man, out of that fight, man. I think the outcome going to be very surprising, man. And I'm taking all bets when it comes to that shit, man.
You just trolling, man. You know what it is, man.
Nah, you know what it is, man. You just in denial, man. And it's cool, man. Cool to see us all in war.
I'm not in denial. I'm just saying until he announces a retirement, I see great fights for him.
Man, look, you can keep on living in the memory of the Brazil knockout and the Stavern knockout, man. But that ain't him no more, man.
All right.
You know,
I'm living in the Fury knockdowns. Other than Steve Cunningham, he the only dude to put Fury down.
Yeah. All right, Ness. Look, man. Let's carry on, man.
I know. I got Intrigue, the Incredible. Are you available?
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
One time. Keith Thurman, since the age of 7, has only had one job in life, and that's boxing. One time. Don't play me, nanosecond. I've been here for way more than a nanosecond. I've been waiting on the phone call. One time. Thurman's not done. For all those who think Thurman's done, I'm not done.
SDS Promotions.
One time.
Intrigue.
The Big Fish Killer.
Everybody out! Everybody out! Man down! Man down! But that man didn't go down. One time.
What's good? What's good?
What up?
Shit, chilling, man. Yeah, I missed most of the show today, but I came on right when you was interviewing Cody Crowley. It was a good interview. You know what I mean? I'm surprised that I had looked at the IBF rankings when it came on. I wasn't even thinking about Crowley. I forgot about him, but yeah, that is crazy. He didn't go up to the. He should be fighting, Boots and Eliminator. That's what I would think the most logical thing to happen. Not on Clayton, because I forgot who Clayton fought, but he wasn't ranked in the top 10 in the IBF, so I don't know how he just jumped all them spots. I ain't mad at the Clayton versus Boots fight, but I think Crowley would deserve it, you know what I mean, for the eliminator shot. But yeah, man. But I like Crowley, man. I had a good personality, good talker, man. Want to see him in some fights, see what he can do. pretty much that's what I got to say, man. I'll holler at you.
All right, all right. Looks like I got Jerron. What up in Louisiana?
What up, man? I really you have to go ahead and make that AJ Usyk fight, and Wilder definitely got more to do. And boxing, like you said, the UK tour sounds good to me. And there's some other names out there too he could fight. He ain't done yet. That's my call.
All right. Yeah, man. I think he's far from done. I mean, the Pulev fight, Pulev out here fighting in ain't he fighting in a triangle fight and shit like that? Like Pulev, James Benitez is the biggest troll, man. Come on, man. Pulev ain't on that level, man. He never been on that level, and he try to do this shit with Wilder. He gets slapped.
He gonna get hit with that right hand doing that.
Yo, I forgot this is a podcast, man. Listen, if anybody's watched Pulev versus Vlad or Pulev versus AJ, he kind of fences with both his hands where you could just come over the top on his dumb ass, man. Like, Pulev, man, y'all tripping out here, man. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly why he need to come back, because the level of disrespect has gotten even greater. It's crazy. You lose to the best in the world, and they hate you even more.
Yeah, but I look at it from a fighter's perspective too. We always want him to keep coming back, especially if we like watching him. It's on them to decide whether it's done time. Like, who knows, man? I mean,
yeah, but I mean,
them three fights with Fury could have took a lot mentally from him. You know what I mean? Like,
but has he said retirement, or is this everybody else saying this shit? Has he said it?
Hey, I don't know. I mean, I hope he comes back. He's still got a few years left, I think, to really do some shit and make a lot more money.
I think so,
but he's probably comfortable, because think about how much money he made over the 3 Fury fights.
And you're supposed to be comfortable. But there's still a hunger. Believe me that there's still a hunger, man. We all know it. He's a competitor. That he only went up against one of the best. There's some other dudes out there. There's still some scores to settle. There's still some lines that was crossed. Dillian White still says some shit. Now they think you that much that you fell that far down that Chisora got the disrespect to think that he should be on your resume. So we gonna put him on the resume as a knockout. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
I get your point, but I'm also gonna say, ain't Wilder probably made more in one fight than them dudes made their whole career?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But the Wilder comeback tour, it could be massive. Whether he does it in America or in the UK, those names are all UK names, so they're gonna have to give him some real money to go over there, because obviously his comeback tour, it makes more sense in America. But I love those names, those bowling pins, man. Dillian White, Derek Chisora, Anthony Joshua, those right hands all waiting to get hit. But
I mean, my thing is this. I just look at fight 2 and 3. Fight 2, Deontay gets absolutely destroyed. I mean, destroyed. Gets his ass whooped. Mm-hmm. Fight 3, man, that was a battle. That's like one of the best heavyweight fights I've ever seen. You know what I mean? And he gave it his all. But I'm just saying, the type of mental damage and how much that emotionally has to take out of you.
But that's why you're coming back to Chisora. That's why you're coming back to Chisora. Come on, man. How many fights has Chisora
I'm not saying he can't come back. I'm just saying he might be sitting back, laid up, really taking some time to get some of that shit back, because I think he lost some shit in those fights. So did Fury, that they'll never get back. They left a piece of themselves in there through that trilogy.
I mean, Fury, neither man has ever been hit like that, man.
I mean, it's like Gaddy Ward. Come on.
Nah, that ain't Gaddy Ward.
No, but look, the amount of damage them dudes took from each other, they left pieces of themselves in there. I'm just saying, if you're fighting like that, you're gonna leave a piece of yourself in there if you in battles like that.
I hear you, but not he ain't take the punishment of no Gotti, man. That's not what happened on that night. C-Dub in Atlanta, what up?
Yo.
What up?
Yo, TBV, Ness, Adrian, what's up?
What's good?
What's going on?
Yo, man, and it's a wilder topic. I know my area code, so it's say Atlanta, but it's Alabama Roll Tide, Birmingham all day. So, and it's like my boy said. One of my boys said, if you're not 6'9", if you're not 7 feet, 350, 6'9", 300 pounds, moving like Fury, you're getting dropped. You're going to be slipped. Dillian White getting slipped. He just come forward, not enough head movement. Who slept him? Povetkin? The 50-year-old slept him?
Yep.
And they don't think Wilder can?
AJ slept him too.
AJ slept him. Okay, so AJ, we all know why he stayed away. Because, Wilder sleep him. Usyk, I wish Wilder, that's why I wanted Wilder to be considered pound for pound, because if you could beat people that's 50 pounds heavier than you, that's what pound for pound mean to me. So when he played with the idea of going to cruiserweight, at one point, because he weighed 205 at one point. At one fight, he was like 208. And he was like, I could go to cruiserweight. And that's, if he would have went to cruiserweight and beat Usyk, that's pound for pound. But let me just touch on this. The reason it's so crazy because, like you said, Ness, Wilder ain't said nothing. And if more is less or less is more, that's the suspense that he leaving us in. And I hope he, come back. I hope because he can beat them like dudes say, go 3 for 3. That's clownish. But I mean, that's his opinion. But if Wilder, even if he don't come back and he retire, he had a good career. Had a great career to start boxing so late, be an Olympic medalist, go 10 straight title defenses, second ballot Hall of Fame, third ballot. Most people can't say they fifth ballot. So, hey, man, had a great career to me, man. Shout out TBV.
All right. Shout out to you. Rob. Shit, he done dropped. Oh, here you go. Rob, Whoa. Brandon, counterpunch.
That was rough.
James, who sent you that, Brandon? That was from Big Fish. Big Fish, right? No, that was from James Benitez. Brandon. All right. In the meantime,
he sent the counterpunch for me.
Yes, sir.
Shit, that was unexpected. I ain't really got much to say about this. I mean, I wonder what he was sending it for.
I mean, because it shifted to the Wilder, and could Wilder beat Chisora, White, AJ, Usyk?
He could beat Chisora and possibly White, but I don't think he can beat Usyk or AJ. Hell nah, man. And I think he retired, man. Like I said,
he never
a while back.
Retire, man. Where
I said I think he's retired. I said I think he retired. The only person who I think in control of whether or not he fight again is Telly Swift. If Telly want him to fight again, he gonna fight. But if she want him to be a boy toy, sit around, carry the luggage and shit, be a do boy around the house, that's what that nigga's gonna do. She wear the pants in that relationship.
Do you see him doing any of that? Is there any footage of these claims? You out here wilding,
I'm telling you, man.
And all this craziness.
I'm telling you. All right. I'm telling you. I see it. I see the relationship dynamic, man. She run that shit. If she tell that nigga he can fight again, he'll fight again. If not, if she say sit around, help me podcast, that's what that nigga's gonna do. But hey, that's just my opinion. That's my call.
This is just sad. Dudes just make up whatever they want these days. Right. Carrying luggage. You hear this? This guy is terrible, man. I'm telling you, they terrible.
Hey, man. Hey, he might be living that happy wife, happy life thing. You know what I'm saying?
But there's no evidence of that. He just making it up as he go. For no reason. Counterpunch for the future big goat, Big Fish Vega. Who's the future big goat, Big Fish Vega? Y'all out here. I don't know. Let me see if I got this in order. Yeah, counterpunch for the future. Oh, Border Wars GOAT. Big Fish Vega. All right. What's up, Big Fish?
You can hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, man. I mean, I hope Deontay comes back and just goes on a UK tour, man. Give him Chisora, Dillian White, and Joshua. After Joshua loses against Usyk, You know what I'm saying? Let him fight a little low level fighter, whatever. And Wilder Joshua is still one of the biggest fights in boxing. Also, for that pound for pound talk, I mean, that's like saying if Rocky Fielding would it be Canelo, you put him as number one pound for pound, and that just sounds silly. Like, you know, we talked about it before. Like, you need two
But
elite.
why does it sound silly? Because it doesn't happen. But that's what should happen if you beat. He did. First of all, he didn't beat him. He showed you that he didn't belong. But if you do beat him, you should be. It don't make no sense why you shouldn't.
Nah, man, because
90% of the time there's a rematch clause anyway, so it's temporary.
one win don't do it, man. We always talk about, like, when we look at our resumes, you need two big wins. So how does one win make you pound for pound? And like CYP said, what if like someone above you beats you, right? Let's say you lose to like number 2, number 5, whatever, and then coming off a loss, you get number 1 and you beat them. How does that make you better than that dude when that dude wasn't given the opportunity? And what if y'all, you know what I'm saying? That dude should be moved.
But don't you have,
like number 2 to number 1.
But
and you got to do.
But doesn't that dude now have a claim to a rematch with myself at number 1, bruh? And it makes boxing that much simpler. Instead of guys never getting their rematches, it's like, wow, he's number 1, but number 5 beat him. He deserves the rematch. Simple.
But we're not rematch. We're talking about right after that one fight. How is the landscape going to look? Now, if they rematch, you know what I'm saying?
The landscape's going to look simple if you keep it simple by the number 4 or the number 8 beating the number 1, becoming the number 1. If everybody just switched positions, if you lost to a number 8, you deserve to be number 8. I don't get it. Like, how is this not simple? But whatever. I got a couple of more counter punches came in, man. Brandon, talk to me.
Yeah, I usually don't pay attention to the YouTube chat because most of the time I'm driving, providing for my family, so I could, make sure I remain a fly ass nigga. But I keep seeing this dude B-Dog, which is the corniest fucking name in the history of TBV names. First of all, brother, change your name, B-Dog. You sound like a corny ass white rapper from the 90s. Got some fucking oversized FUBU jeans on and a Perry Ellis sweater on right now, hating on me in the chat. But everything I say on this show is all in good fun, brother. If you ain't gonna call in and confront me over the phone, then shut the fuck up, B-Dog. Because I'm tired of you every time I say something, you in the chat talking shit. Yes, I'm trolling and having a good time. Wilder would probably laugh at some of the shit that I say, so why you getting so offended, B-Dog? Fucking clown. That's my call, man. Change your name, corny ass white rapper.
He got under your skin. I never seen that. I pulled up B-Dog's comments, and I guess what offended you was dude from Alabama hating like that? And he said, it be your own people doing this, the most hating. I mean, that's because that's what I'm saying. That's because it became popular to make a joke about Wilder. This is exactly why, he needs to come back and knock a few heads off. Just a few. We got Paco. Just listening. Normally are. So we going to Stainless.
Red belt, black belt, WO and green. I'm king. Undisputed GOAT, TBE. And you can catch the news first on TBV. Voice of the people now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet, BOXING.
You. Stainless, no Stainless. Bueller.
He must be working.
Yeah, he at work. We got Coach Myers, Boomerang.
Yo.
Y'all
hear me?
We hear you.
I got 2 questions for y'all.
when Usyk beat Joshua, did that make him the number one heavyweight in the division?
Yeah, he's number one on
By you guys,
BoxRec.
by your logic, is he number one? Correct?
Well,
Not Fury.
no, Fury's number one
How? He beat the guy with the 3
because
belts.
he
AJ
beat.
was the man.
No, AJ wasn't the man. Remember that AJ.
How?
Let me explain, bro. Fury beat Vladimir, who had a 12-year reign on the division, and then spiraled into everything that happened. You know, we all know what happened. But that's why he came back as the lineal champ, the man to have beaten the man. AJ beat Vlad off of 18 months off for a vacant title.
You see, I don't think we should take that Vlad way back then and place it now when like AJ had the 3 belts and he been the champ he been the champ for how many years?
Again.
I mean, you gotta.
Again, it all depends. It all depends what story you was watching because again, Vlad was the man. Fury beat the man. Then Fury semi-retired, came back, and fought the man that was being avoided. He's the one that said, "You're afraid to fight Wilder, so I'm going to fight him." That's what he said, not us. So, I mean, it's just the way that it worked out, you know. Wilder tried to make the fight. I mean, fast forward now, we all know that the 50 million was real. I mean, if they could give Canelo 40, they seen the money in the heavyweight division, which they obviously seen the money in the heavyweight division when they matched Dazon's $25 million offer for the Brazil fight and did it on Showtime. You know, it's just a lot. The money all showed to be real. You know, it was only DAZN that wanted to do a 4-fight deal with Wilder, but not tell him what the pot was for AJ. I bet you Fury knew what the pot was for Wilder. You know, people still out here defending that ridiculous deal. It's like, it's sad. I don't even want to go back down these roads, bro, because it's insane to me that someone would expect a man to sign a contract where you don't know how much the pot is for the biggest fight of your life. It's crazy. But let me see. We got intrigue on the counterpunch. Excuse me, boomerang.
Hey, I don't have that. You can get my boomerang to Brandon.
Brandon is not on the line. He's probably in the chat debating.
Give it to Jay Benitez.
James Benitez, what's up? James Benitez, not going for it. Adrian, where could they find you? Adrian? Oh, shit. Internet? Adrian, where can they find you? You froze up or I froze up, so we need to hurry up and wrap it up. Uh-oh, he froze again? Fudge. All right. And that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Arrivederci. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are doing Untitled today, 7 p.m. live on, oh shit, we got a Cash App. Live on Alex. All right, Cash App. What is this? A counterpunch for you, Big Fish?
Man, you guys have that YouTube chat, man. I look, you know, too, man. Like I say, man, they really want something, they'll call in. You know, Skype for free. They could call in the number. Hey, did you catch that one dude, Paul Collins, Bill Collins, whatever, said he want to fight me?
Nah, who is that?
He on the Facebook Border Wars, and I posted something and tagged you in it in the Skype. Yeah. All right, that's all I got, man. Thanks.
All right. Well, catch us on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel because we are going live another time today. Plus, we got Untitled at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Check the community page in case that changes. Only if Enrique wants it at a different time, because he works later hours than me, obviously. But he should be on, and we should be doing Untitled today at 7 p.m. Eastern. Peace.